The Bears. I mean, not really worth talking about the Bears ever. Justin Fields down. How much further down can the guy go? But he is going down. And then you like Darnell Mooney. You got him in the bottom part of that tough to rank wide receiver tier.
Yeah, and if he finished at the top of it by the end of the year, I wouldn't be shocked because, yes, the Bears suck.
I would be.
I agree. You don't usually typically want players on teams that just suck. I understand that, but it can work conversely. We saw the Cooks a lot last year where they're down so big that they have no choice but to throw, and they have no one else to throw to but one guy, and that's Darnell Mooney. He saw, wide receiver 27 in points per game last year was awesome to see. 140 targets, 11th last year, 27% target share, 11th right there. Pretty solid overall usage last year. I could see going up even further, given that the Bears did almost nothing to this wide receiver core. They added, Byron Pringle, who's doing donuts with his kid in the car. So who knows if he's even going to be on a field this year.
Good people.
Yeah, awful stuff. And I just like, Mooney a lot. Burner speed. The guy broke out at age 18.9, 91st percentile breakout age. So getting it done at a very young age, handled that wide receiver one. But a lot of his good production, Duck sent a good tweet about it, came without Fields at quarterback. It was with Dalton peppering him with the rock. So I do see that angle to it too. But I really think Justin Fields could have a nice sophomore season if they actually did anything to help him. So he's a big loser in this draft. Whereas Mooney's a big winner. They added nobody. He's going to be the number one. Fields was a big downgrade. In fact, I'd rather even have Zach Wilson, we'll talk about in a second, given that they're clearly building around him much more. It seems like this team just isn't committed to Fields, no matter how many times they say it. But the one guy they added...
What are they committed to? What is this team committed to? Because they're sitting here like an objectively shitty team last year. And then you just said yourself correctly, they didn't really make any moves, didn't really improve anything. It's like, so what was their record last year? What were they, like a 5-12 team or something like that? 4-13, and they're just like, we're okay sitting here. We don't need to make any moves. What they think was going to happen? How do they think they're going to improve? They're going to be terrible again.
Yes, they're absolutely going to be terrible. The one guy they did add was Velus Jones. He was Brugler's wide receiver 25. They took him as the wide receiver 14 off the board. It was a laughable overreach on this guy. 6-year college career. He was already 25 when he got drafted. So talk about breakout age. He was the first percentile. 24.3 was his breakout age for Velus Jones. Like awful in that sense. But all that being said, dynasty-wise, I get it. The guy probably isn't this profile you want to attack. But as a last round stab in redraft right now, they're hyping him up as the most, Daniel Jeremiah, one of my favorite scouts out there, says he's the most Debo-like Samuel. How many times do we have the next Debo on this podcast? But
I was just going to say, player. I mean,
he's got.
I don't think they're as common as everybody's acting like they are now.
Exactly. He's the guy that's really, really sturdy, strong, explosive, real fast. Somebody on jet sweeps you can kick it to. And then their offensive coordinator saying, something special about him. I'm not going to compare him to Debo, but he has that flexibility to put him anywhere. Backfield, slot, outside, returner, gunner. He has 4.31 speed that shows up in the gameplay. Speed jumps on you at the tape. It's not a guy that, when he has the ball in his hands, he looks like 4.3 on the field, and not many guys do that. So they've done nothing but heap praise on this guy. I also love the fact that, one, his locker is right next to Justin Fields. You always got to love that. Two, he's been in constant communication with Fields since he's been drafted. They've been, quote unquote, manifesting things, whatever that means. He came to rookie minicamp in a full suit and brought his own whiteboard to take notes. So that's the kind of guy. I mean, I love that shit. Like this, it doesn't mean anything. Obviously, he has his own whiteboard, but
no, I like that too.
He's clearly serious about the game. He's clearly serious about building this rapport with his quarterback, and the team clearly liked him. So as much as we all want to shit on his breakout age and all this, which rightfully so, we can shit on it, but there is a narrative that they just try to make him a Debo-style player, at least usage-wise. And if he does have 4.3 speed that translates on the field, there could be some intrigue here. So I've been taking him. If I don't take Randall Cobb in the last rounds, like round 20, I've been taking a lot of Velus Jones here. But the big takeaway is Mooney to the moon. Fields, they did jack shit for. Velus Jones, big sleeper. What is up, you fantasy wolf? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, share your thoughts in the comments, check out some more videos, and join the newest Wolfpack by subscribing below.